Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Delaney and today's video is very exciting for a couple of reasons. One, because it is part one of my 2025 Complete Home Reset series. So if you're new to my channel, I do weekly home resets every Sunday to give you some cleaning and homemaking inspiration and motivation to get you ready for a brand new week. And as a full-time working mom and making time for all the other things that I enjoy to do, I really need my home to be manageable. Now, as much as I love cleaning and organizing, I can't do that every second of every day. And it has gotten to the point where, it's just kind of chaos, and I'm ready to go through, one, because it's spring cleaning time, but two, we are going to go through every single space of my home, and we are going to clean, declutter, and organize. Now, I know that there's, a bunch of other YouTubers who are doing this too, and I just hope that on my channel you're going to find stuff that is very practical and relatable. I'm not going to go out and buy tons of expensive organization tools. I do buy some, but they're all very reasonably priced. And again, I need things to be usable and practical for my home, so hopefully I can give you tons of ideas. We're starting here in February, and honestly, this series is probably going to go through April or May because I am a full-time working mom. We gotta do things when we can, and a lot of times that's going to be on the weekends. So I hope that you are here for this journey with me, and I will be coming out with a schedule hopefully very soon on what this 2025 Complete Home Reset is going to look like here on my channel. But today's video, we are starting here at my coffee bar station. I love coffee. I have the Keurig K-Cafe, and I recently, you'll be able to see it a little bit behind me, I got a Nespresso Vertuo, and I am going to be setting it up in today's video and sharing that with you. I used to be a barista at Starbucks for several years, so I have a passion for coffee, and it's time to up my at-home coffee game. For one, so I could spend a little less money at Starbucks, which I know kind of sounds a little counterintuitive with where I used to work, but it does get really expensive, and if I can save some money here, I'm going to make my coffee at home, and it needs to be delicious so that it gets me through the day. So we are going to clean my coffee bar, declutter tons of mugs. I am a mug hoarder, so we're going to get that taken care of today. And then, of course, set up my Nespresso Vertuo, and I'm going to share my very first drink with you. So super excited. If you're here for it, comment down below. Let me know, if you're new to my channel or if you're a returning subscriber. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and jump right in to part one of my 2025 Complete Home Reset. Enjoy. All right, so of course we got to do some cleaning. That vent up there connects to our dryer upstairs, so it does get pretty dusty. So I wanted to make sure I at least dusted that. And then of course we're going to just dust off the shelves. And then we're going to move the coffee bar out and clean behind it. So in front of our coffee bar is like our dining room area. And my toddler sits there, every day, multiple times a day, and eats. So it's always a surprise to what we're going to find behind here. It truly wasn't bad. It was just a lot of dust, a couple of food pieces. So we're just going to get that taken care of. Also make sure that we get the baseboards all cleaned up, wipe down this area, and then push it back. I'm also going to be wiping the outside of the little cabinet here really well, the doors, the wood on the outside, and then of course taking all of the mugs out and wiping down the inside of this too. And also underneath this cabinet, I keep my little robot vacuum. I do need to be better about using this. I kind of forget about it sometimes, and my toddler is not a huge fan of it. So I don't know. We will hopefully get back on track with using this, because I feel like if I even turned this on one time every day, it would make my weekend vacuuming a lot easier. All right, it is officially time to take out all of the mugs, all of the to-go cups, put them on the counter so that I can see everything that I have. I already had several in mine that I knew I was okay with giving up because I just never reach for them. But as you can see, I do have quite a bit of a collection. I really do love mugs. Coffee is like a love language of mine. I used to work at Starbucks, and just all things coffee is something that I resonate with. And then when Target comes out with all of their seasonal mugs, that is always a weakness of mine. And then, just I feel like mugs are a gift that people like to give. I know I like to give mugs as gifts. And so then you just accumulate so much so quickly. I also have like a redone collection that I'm kind of like, when it was all the craze to collect redone, I was just buying anything redone. And now that, time has passed and my decorating becomes, I don't know, a little bit more
just more than what it was. It improves over time and I've become more and more passionate about it. I'm using less spray done pieces and just keeping the pieces that I really love. So again, just things that I just knew there were some that I needed to get rid of. You know, we really only use like the mugs like this on like the weekends, you know, when we're home and we can relax with a cup of coffee. Other times we're grabbing a to-go cup. So we really don't need those many mugs. So I went ahead, took everything out, and I'm going to clean out my little cabinet here so that everything can go back in. But I did keep a lot of mugs still, but I am proud with what I did give up. Okay, so everything here on the counter are the ones that I'm going to be parting with, except that white one that we just saw right there. I'm actually going to take that to work. That's another good idea, is if you have so many mugs as well, be sure to take some. Like, I love having one at my office so that I can have tea in the afternoons, or if I need to heat up a soup or something like that. So that's always an idea. But I went ahead and I put everything back into the cabinet, and it's time to set up my Nespresso machine. I am so excited to elevate my at-home coffee experience with my Nespresso Vertuo. I love making lattes, and I wanted just my everyday coffee to be better. I did pick up this acrylic and black drawer off of Amazon, so I will set the Nespresso machine on top of it to help save some room. And I did switch things up a little bit, and then I ended up switching them back. I used to have my coffee machine. I wanted to put the coffee machine more in the middle, or towards the wall, and then the tier tray more towards us. So I did switch that, but then I switched it around again because you'll see why at the end of this video. But this was a great purchase. I love having those Nespresso pods there and ready to go. So what's nice about this specific, I think it's like a combo package, who knows? I will have this exact one linked in my LTK, so definitely check that out down below. But it comes with a little tasting kit, so I love this. So you can kind of just like see what your preferences are. So the Nespresso Vertuo can make 4 different sizes. It can make a single espresso, a double espresso, I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's like Gran Lugo. That's wrong, but it's like 5 ounces, and then it makes like a just under 8-ounce cup of coffee as well. And this also comes with the Arancino 3. So we're gonna set all of that up, and there's just something so satisfying about taking off that clear packaging to your shiny new, espresso machine. It does come with a quick start guide, and you do need to run it through a rinse cycle first, so it guides you through all of that. And then at the end of this video, or towards the end, I'm going to be sharing with you my very first Nespresso Vertuo latte. It is so delicious, but I love these machines because it just makes everything so easy, from the setup to making coffee at home. That's actually like high-end coffee. So let's go ahead and get this all ready to go so that we can enjoy that first cup of Nespresso coffee. Then I'm going to go ahead and set up my Aerochino 3. This is awesome. So you can make like a cold foam milk as well as hot milk, and the foam is just spectacular. Even with non-dairy milks, I've tried it multiple times already, and my oat milk and the almond milk both turn out great. So essentially, there are two different lines on the Aerochino 3 on the inside. So the top one is if you're making a hot drink. If you're making a hot drink, you want to make sure you take off that little coil that's inside of it, and then fill it up to that max line, the top max line, and it'll steam your milk for you and give you that yummy froth. And then for cold foam, you just put that coil back on and fill it to the first max line, and it'll give you some nice fluffy cold foam milk for your lattes or just for your coffee.
Okay, so I want to share with you what came with the Nespresso Vertuo, and this is the Plus or something like that. But it comes with the Nespresso machine, and then it also comes with the Aerochino 3, which does make hot milk and cold milk with, the nice frothiness, which we love so much for our at-home lattes. But I'm super excited, so I want to share the Nespresso pods that it comes with, as well as the Nespresso pods that I picked up. I've been doing a lot of research, which means me watching TikTok videos and seeing people's reviews of things, knowing my own personal taste in different coffee notes and roasts. And I did pick up a little kit to be able to refill my own Nespresso Vertuo pods, because I know it can get very expensive pretty quickly. So I'll be sharing that journey with you here on my channel. Also, definitely check out my LTK and my Instagram. I'll have linked down below, where I will be sharing, shorter versions of everything and just more of my day-to-day as well. So anyways, in here, it's like this little taster kit. So you get some espresso, which is just a single shot, a double espresso, I'm gonna, butcher this pronunciation, but the Gran Lungo, which this brews about 5 ounces of coffee. And then you have the coffee, which is going to brew about 7.77 ounces. So I'm just going to assume that whenever we're going to make coffee, it's probably going to be the 7-ounce size. If anything, we might do 2 of those, who knows. And then for the lattes, I already kind of assumed that I'm mainly going to be a double espresso kind of gal. So let me show you the Nespresso Vertuo pods that I picked up. Obviously it'll be fun to try all of these. Okay, so I picked up some of these double espresso Chiaro pods. So these ones, it kind of tells you here on the back of the box, but it has a nice woodsy notes. It is an 8 out of 12 on the scale, and I think, you know, as far as my taste in coffee, I'm definitely more of like a, you know, I guess I would say like the woodsy, nutty, chocolatey tones versus like the bright, earthy, acidic tones. So I'm excited to try this one. And then I also got the double espresso Scuro pods. So all these came in packs of 3 on Amazon. So I believe it was 3 boxes for just under $40. Again, a little pricey, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be less expensive than my usual like $7 or $8 latte that I get at Starbucks because I'm extra. There's a lot of add-ons in my Starbucks drinks. Okay, so this one, the double espresso Scuro, is 11 out of 12, and it has intensely roasted notes. So this is definitely darker than the Chiaro, and I am usually between a medium and a dark roast kind of gal, so excited to try this. Okay, and then I also got this little tasting kit of just coffee roasts of Nespresso. My husband and I love just making a cup of coffee in the morning and taking it to work. And so a lot of times I want to make sure, like if I'm not making a latte, that we have just like the regular coffee pods around. So this came in a pack of 3. Each box is a different one. So this one is coffee Malozio. Again, probably butchered that. This is a 6 out of 12, so definitely like a medium roast. And this has toasted cereal notes, so I thought that sounded very interesting. So I'm excited to try this one. And then I also got this Coffee Audacio. This is a 7 out of 12. 2 out of 5 on the roastiness scale, and it also has toasted cereal notes. And then this one is Coffee Stormio, 8 out of 12 on the scale, and then 4 out of 5 on the roastiness. And this has spice notes, so we will see, but I can imagine that my husband likes these a little bit more than me. But we'll see. So that is what I picked up for Nespresso pods to start my Nespresso journey. And then to refill, obviously I'll probably still buy pods here and there, but to try to save a little bit of money, I picked up this Easy Refill and Seal Kit off of Amazon. So I'll have this linked down below. It was very reasonably priced, and after watching a lot of TikTok videos, this is mainly what people were using. So what this is essentially you still use the pod, you know, that you buy, and then you just take off the foil on the top and scoop out the grounds, clean it out, make sure it's dry, and then you can put whatever ground coffee that you want in it. You know, for me, I'm probably going to put my Cafe Verona from Starbucks or my Starbucks espresso roast. And it comes with a little measuring spoon, which is super helpful, and a little tamper so that you can, you know, push in just a little bit. You don't want it to be too packed from what I have researched. And then it comes with extra foil tops. And then this little contraption that you would put the pod So you would put the pod in here with the foil on top, and then you would take this fancy guy and do a little like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh action, and then it essentially reattaches that foil so that you can reuse the pod. We're not going to do that in today's video, but I did want to share with you what I did pick up. So I just wanted to share all that with you. I'm really excited to start my Nespresso journey, but I'm also very excited to have a clean, decluttered, and organized coffee bar. So I'll definitely take you on a tour of my coffee bar here at the end.
All right, so some of my coffee bar essentials that I do have linked in my LTK are these Jordan skinny syrups. They're just from Amazon, and then I also have these really pretty glass bottles from Amazon as well. Again, just elevates my coffee bar experience. You do not need this by any means. And then I do like to make some more foo-foo lattes here and there. So I love the Torani brand for these sort of syrups, or sauces I should say. And so I got a pack of 4, and I like these ones because it has the flat bottom. That way I don't have to do this to try to get them out, but that's fine. So this one specifically came with caramel, chocolate caramel, white mocha, and regular mocha. And then I do have some old ones that I need to use up, just some caramel and cookies and cream, but those are kind of like my coffee bar staples, and I do use either between oat milk or almond milk for my coffee, but the oat milk is like the Planet Oat, and then I just use silk almond milk. So I'm excited to try that with this beauty. And then here on the top of my coffee bar, I have a tier tray that I like decorating depending on the season. I got this new drawer, which we will restock that here momentarily. And then of course we have this beauty. Okay, and then show you the progress that we have made down here. So we can now see the mugs mostly. They're still about 2 layers, back, but it's better than like 3 or 4 layers. I have all of my seasonal mugs on the bottom, and we have some to-go cups, and then these are like our everyday mugs that usually we have like on the weekends and such. So this is definitely a lot better than what it was. So I'm proud of myself, and I cannot buy any more mugs for a long time unless I get rid of one. So there we are. One last coffee staple that I want to share with you in today's video. Definitely more to come, and check out my LTK for other like cups that I use. But this is just a nice little espresso glass. I love the handle, and you can hardly see it, but there are some measurements here on the side. And then it has this nice little spout, so then I can pour the espresso into whatever mug that I'm using. And I think this is just perfect. So I made myself a nice iced wine mocha, and it was absolutely delicious. And the cold foam really elevates it. Now you don't even have to make cold foam with it. You can just pour the milk into your glass with the espresso and call it a day. But I just love having the options. And then we did decide to keep the K-cup machine, sorry, the Keurig. And so I got this bar cart off of Amazon, and so I'm just going to style it here. And I think it looks so great here next to the coffee bar that we already had, and it just, you know, again, elevates the whole space. All right, so wanted to share that we have decided to also keep the Keurig. It's still an amazing coffee machine, and it has lasted us several years, and it still works awesome. And my husband, honestly, he's like, I just prefer this coffee, and you can have your Nespresso. And I'm like, that is fine. So I picked up this gold bar cart off of Amazon. It's super inexpensive. I'll have it linked down below. And then I already had this K-cup drawer that I need to restock, but that's kind of perfect because, as you can see, the bar cart is a little slim, but this just holds the Keurig a lot better. And then on this second shelf, I have my little Hello Coffee sign, added some eucalyptus, and then these little canisters down here, also from Amazon. Took a chance on these because the reviews were not great, but I loved the way they looked. Honestly, they're not great for like keeping things food safe, so I just have a couple of supplies in there. I have some reusable K-cups, and honestly, that's about it. They're not like super big, but definitely more for decor. So it is perfect for my use. And honestly, I just think it makes this whole area a little fuller. So I think it's great. Now we have 2 types of single serve coffee in this house. And for a house of coffee lovers, I think that is absolutely perfect. And that is going to be it for part 1 of my 2025 Complete Home Reset series. I really hope you enjoyed it. The rest of the series, the videos will be a little shorter because I wanted to share with you my Nespresso machine and all things coffee. As you can see, it's something I'm passionate about, and I wanted to share it with you. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it gave you lots of cleaning and decluttering, organizing, and coffee motivation. See you soon in my next one. Bye.